Very good morning and Jai Hind children. So as I have told you yesterday that today we will perform the activity number 6 and activity number 7. So what is activity 6 children in your syllabus? Activity 6 is to test the solubility of solid in water and to test the miscibility of liquids in water. Okay, so to perform this activity, we will have certain ingredients. I have already told you that if you want to perform the activity with me, you can also do it at home. You only require salt, sugar, sand or a mud. You require milk, oil, water. That's it. So all the things are available at home. You can perform this activity at home also along with me. And children, activity 7 is to study the chemical reaction. Okay, what chemical reaction we are going to study? We will study about the chemical reaction, that is addition of washing soda with lime juice, that will give a product called carbon dioxide. So that is there in your book. You can refer from there. Okay, and children, after the class, please go to e-content and school app. There you can find the activity, and this activity, both the activities you will write in your activity notebook. Alright, chemistry activity notebook, both the activities you will write there. Alright, and there you will draw the diagram. All the things are mentioned in the content, you can see from there. Okay, so after the class gets over, please go to the school app, go to e-content and write the activities from there. Okay, so now children, starting with the activity 6, that is testing the solubility. So children, we know that solubility, if we talk about solubility, so we have two things. One is soluble and insoluble. So we know that there are certain substances that get soluble in water. There are certain things that get insoluble in water. Okay, so that we are going to talk about, and we'll see the same thing for liquid also. Okay, so now children, get ready. Now I'm going to demonstrate the activity number 6. So you will see the activity, okay, and then we will do the activity number 7 also. Okay, so let's start with it. So children, now I am going to demonstrate activity 6. Activity 6 is testing the solubility for solid and testing the miscibility of liquid. So for this we have salt, sugar and sand. Instead of sand I have taken mud, that is not a problem. And for liquid we have oil. I have taken mustard oil. You can take any oil. You can even add the coconut oil in that, or any refined oil. Any type of oil will work. We also have a milk. So children, I have already told you to keep all these things with you also, so that you can perform this activity along with me. So now children, first what we are going to do is, we'll take a glass of water and we'll add 1 spoon of salt to it to check the solubility, whether it will get soluble or not. So children, now you can see that all the salt particle has been completely dissolved in the water. So I think you are getting a reflection of a salt. So let me remove all these ingredients from here. Now children, you can see clearly that salt has been completely dissolved in this solution. Now children, as you have seen that salt has been completely dissolved, so salt is soluble in water. Okay, now we are going to check with sugar. So if I am going to add a sugar in water and I am going to stir it for some time. Children, keep on stirring it. Alright, it will take a bit time. So you can also do this experiment at home, as I have already told you to have all these ingredients with you. So you can also do this activity at home to test the solubility. So children, as you can see that still we have certain particles left here, but if you stir it continuously for some time, it will completely get dissolved. And children, we are also clear with what is saturated solution. So if you are going to add more and more salt or more sugar, the time will come when it will stop dissolving in it, and that becomes a saturated solution. Children, now let's perform the same process with this mud. Now children, every time, whether you are adding salt, whether you are adding sugar, you will take a fresh water. Okay. Now I am going to add some mud into it. Let's see whether it is dissolving or not. Children, you can see that the mud or sand, whatever you will take, it will not dissolve in water and it will settle down at the bottom. So this is called insoluble solid. So children, for solid, we know that there are two types of solution. We have soluble and insoluble. So salt and sugar was soluble, whereas mud or sand, whatever you take, that is insoluble in nature. But in case of liquid, you know that we categorize it as miscible and immiscible. So for that, we have milk and we have oil. Okay. So first I am going to add milk to the water. So let's see whether it is getting miscible or not. So children, as you can see here, that the solution has completely mixed together. You cannot separate a milk with water here. So children, as you have already seen that milk was completely soluble in water. And now let's perform the same activity with the oil. So I am adding few drops of oil in the water. So even if I stir it for several times or for a longer time, you can easily see the droplets of oil in it. You can easily see the oil has not been mixed with the water. So this is called immiscible liquid. Alright, this is called immiscible liquid. I hope children this activity is clear to you. So we have seen in case of solid, there are certain things that are soluble in water and there are certain materials that are insoluble in water like sand and mud that get settled down, and we can separate it with the help of sedimentation and decantation. And in case of liquid, also there are certain miscible liquids and certain immiscible liquids. Miscible liquids gets completely mixed with the solution or the water, and immiscible liquid like water can be separated with the help of separating funnel that we have already seen, and oil, for example, cannot get dissolved in water. So that was activity 6, children. I hope you have understood it. So I'll send you what you have to write in your activity notebook. So after the class, please go to the e-content and please see the activity there. Okay, and please write it down. Alright. Now children, moving ahead with activity 7. So activity 7 says you have to study the chemical reaction between washing soda and lemon juice. So when washing soda and lemon juice are mixed together, it gives out bubbles. Alright, the same bubbles that you see in case of cold drink. So cold drink में भी क्या होता है, bubbles निकलते हैं कुछ. वो bubbles क्या होते हैं, वो कुछ नहीं होते, वो carbon dioxide होते हैं. Okay, in the same case, in the same bubbles, we are going to see in this experiment, that is when washing soda is mixed with a lime juice. Okay, instead of lime juice, you can also take vinegar. Okay, you can also take a vinegar instead of a lime juice. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we'll take a washing soda, we'll take a lime juice or a vinegar. Okay, and we'll mix the both together and we will get the product out of it. So what product we are going to get is, the product that we will get is carbon dioxide and some other products. Okay, we know that in a chemical reaction there are two parts, reactant and product. So reactant reacts together to give a new substance that is called product. Okay, so in this activity also we are going to do that, and to see that the bubbles that comes out is because of carbon dioxide, we will also put a candle or a matchstick in front of that. If it gets extinguished, it proves that the bubbles or the gas that is released is carbon dioxide. Like for example, when we are exhaling out, जब हम सांस छोड़ते हैं, so we exhale out carbon dioxide, isn't it? तो जब हम कैंडल को ब्लो करते हैं, we just blow the candle with the by exhaling the air, तो कैंडल बुझ जाती है, it gets extinguished. Similarly, same thing goes with the matchstick also. So if we just blow the air, so it gets extinguished because of the presence of carbon dioxide, because we are releasing carbon dioxide. Okay, in the same way, if the candle or the matchstick gets extinguished, it means that carbon dioxide gas is released from that, and carbon dioxide here is acting as a product. Okay, so now quickly let's see activity number 7. So children, now let's do the activity number 7. So this activity is to show and to study the chemical reaction. Children, you know what is chemical reaction? We have already discussed it. So for a chemical reaction, we need reactants, and when the reactants react, it gives us product. So for reactant, we are using washing soda. This is a washing soda, and we are using a lemon juice. Okay, instead of lemon juice, we can also take a vinegar or a lemon juice. Both will work, and we have water with us. So what does the experiment says? We will add washing soda in the water, we'll mix it, and then we'll add few drops of lemon juice in it, and as a result of it, what we are going to get? We'll get a bubbles. That bubbles is formed because of release of carbon dioxide, and we will also check that the gas or the bubble that is formed is carbon dioxide by using a matchstick. So if the matchstick will extinguish or a candle will extinguish, it proves that the gas or the bubble that is formed is carbon dioxide. So now I am going to add the washing soda in the water, and we will mix it. Alright. So what we are going to do now? We are going to mix it. Now this solution has been completely mixed. Now what we are going to do? We'll add a lemon juice or vinegar, whatever you are taking, to the solution, and you will see a bubbles coming out of it. Yes, this type of bubbles you can see in your cold drink also. And now what you see? The candle has been extinguished. This proves that the carbon dioxide is released. I'll again show it to you. So again children, let's do it again. So again I am adding a vinegar or a lemon juice. Again you will see a fizz, and let's see that this candle has extinguished. So the bubbles that is formed here is the product, that is carbon dioxide. I hope children this activity is clear to you. So what we have done in this activity is we have taken the washing soda, we have taken lemon juice or you can take a vinegar. We have added a washing soda into water, 50 ml of water we have taken. So we have added a washing soda to it. We have dissolved it completely. Okay, the washing soda has completely dissolved, and then we have added a vinegar or a lemon juice. So when we'll add a vinegar or a lemon juice to it, what will happen? A fizz or a bubble will come out. Okay, and that bubble is because of the presence of carbon dioxide, and this was proved by when the candle got extinguished. So candle got extinguished because of the presence of carbon dioxide. Alright, so that was a complete experiment, children. That was activity 6 and activity 7. In your activity notebook, first you will write the aim. First you will write activity 6 or activity 7, whatever you are writing. You will write aim. You will write material required. Okay. You will write the procedure and you will write the methods and precautions. So everything that is mentioned in your this e-content that I will be sending you, that complete thing you will write in your fair notebook or you will write in your activity notebook. All right, you will write it both the activities you are going to write it in your activity notebook, children. Okay, so children, we have completed this chapter, changes around us. We have also done the activity. Okay, so children, you have already seen, like we have done the short answer question, we have done long answer question, and we have done HOTS. Okay, so you will learn all these answers along with the differences between physical and chemical changes, reversible and irreversible changes. All the things you will learn it very like thoroughly. All right, so all these things you will learn very thoroughly, children. Now let's quickly again go through this chapter and again quickly revise this chapter. What are the important things in this chapter that I'm going to tell you? So changes around us, first you are going to see what changes has occurred. So you have seen that changes, if we talk about changes, so there is change in size, there is change in shape, there is change in color, there is change in the internal structure. Okay, now depending on the change in internal structure, the changes are classified into two categories. What were they? Quickly tell me. Physical change and chemical change. Okay, what is physical change? Physical change are those changes in which the molecules does not change, the internal structure does not change, and no new substances formed. What are the examples, children? Quickly recall the examples. So first example was kicking of football, isn't it? So when we kick a football, there is change of place, there is change of position of the football, but the molecule of football does not change. It remains same as it is. So it is a physical change. Alright, tearing of paper. Tearing of paper is a physical change. But if we talk about in terms of reversible and irreversible, then tearing of paper is a irreversible change because we cannot again compile that paper. हम अगर एक बार पेपर फट गया तो उसको दोबारा से जोड़ नहीं सकते. We cannot again reform the paper. Okay, so tearing of paper, though it is a physical change, but it is irreversible. Okay, that is why in the question it is said that you are asked the question that all the physical quantity, all the physical changes are reversible. Is it true or false? It is false. Why? because not all the physical change is reversible. Okay, there are few physical changes that are irreversible also, like breaking of glass tumbler and tearing of paper. That is irreversible in nature. Okay, then let's talk about the chemical change. What are chemical changes? Chemical changes are those changes in which molecules are changed and a new substance is formed. Okay, they are called chemical changes. Alright, like for example, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is a chemical change. Like when the iron has been rusted, we cannot again get back the same iron. Okay, so this is the example of chemical change. Alright, and very important thing in this chapter is, children, burning of candle. So burning of candle performs both the changes, physical as well as chemical. So if the question says what is melting of wax, so you will say it as physical change. क्यों? क्योंकि एक बार wax अगर melt हो गया तो वो वापस से हम उसको solidify कर सकते हैं. लेकिन if the question says burning of wax, so if we say the burning of wax, so it is a chemical change. Why? Because while we are burning the wax, a new substance or a new gas is released. Vapor is getting converted, or the wax is getting converted into gas or a vapor. So here new substance is formed. So burning of wax is a chemical change, whereas melting of wax is a physical change. Okay, then we have also seen the few things like when we are mixing two things together, what are the changes that takes place. So in that case, catalyst, we talked about catalyst. So what is catalyst? So catalyst is a substance that increases or decreases the rate of a reaction. ओके, कोई रिएक्शन हो रही है, अगर हमको उसकी स्पीड को बढ़ाना है या घटाना, अगर हम ये चाहें कि वो रिएक्शन बहुत जल्दी हो जाए, तो हम उसमें कैटलिस्ट ऐड कर देते हैं. कैटलिस्ट कुछ नहीं, एक केमिकल होता है दैट वी ऐड in the reaction so that the process gets speed up. Okay, so that is catalyst. What is activation energy? That we have also discussed. What is activation energy? So the initial energy that is required to start the process is called activation energy. So these are the few important things, children, that you need to know. Okay, so please go through the chapter completely. Please read the chapter, go through question and answers, read each and everything. From next class of chemistry, we are going to revise this chapter. Okay, so we'll have a worksheet, we'll solve the worksheet there. All right, we'll do certain additional question from this chapter. So that's all for today's class. Hope you have understood both the activities, activity 6 and activity 7, and you will write it down. After writing it down, you can send it in the group. So please draw the diagrams also. So that's all for today's class, children. Thank you and Jai Hind everyone.